time, the Women's March Kern County for 2021 was held virtually this year. Now, despite the changes, the organizers tell me that the passion and momentum remain.
Many people have chickens in their backyard, but that soon could all change if the Bakersfield City Council repeals the hen ordinance.
And let me tell you when I got a little nervous is when I saw CHP officers blocking that highway, and also when I was just sitting in my car not moving. The wind was so strong it was shaking my car. Good evening. I'm here in front of Liberty Bell, and as you guys can see, there is a cluster of people who've come together for prayer and comfort for everyone who is protesting, but also to honor the life of George Floyd.
I was able to speak with a family member of 21-year-old Adam Renee Gullen, who died during the shooting that took place off of O Avenue and High Avenue in Delano. On this corner here in Bakersfield, a candlelight prayer was held for the two missing Cal City boys, Orson and Orrin West, also known as Sincere and Classic.
Yes, good evening. As you guys can see, there's still police tape right here left from last night, and the scene was still active until this morning. 200 people canvassed this desert area looking for the boys. Now, this area is only 2 minutes away from their home, are right beside us, and there is a different group as well here who were just holding a prayer for the Bakersfield Police Department and City Hall.
You might have seen on top celebrities like Serena Williams and Oprah Winfrey, and she's from right here in Bakersfield.
And beside me, I have one of the owners, Jessica. So thank you so much for talking to me. So tell me, what does it feel like to have the shoppers call you and your workers superheroes?
This is the Kinetic Turbocharged Energy, aka Roasted Coffee Shop. Now, being mobile is not the only thing that makes them different.
We'll be opening up a new location in Northwest, and they're currently hiring. And they said they would not have been able to do that without their loyal customers. I'm here at the Bullock home, and let me tell you, this is some intense Halloween decoration. It's full of skeletons. And take a look at that one back there. He's so tall.
I have to remain hopeful. I just have to until something comes and tells us different. You know, I really like to think that they're absolutely still alive, and I just hope they're safe.
Saturday marks 12 days since 3- and 4-year-old Orrin and Orson West went missing after they were last seen by their adoptive parents in their backyard. Since then, the community and law enforcement have been on the case. On Saturday, they held a search party to comb through the desert located just beyond their home.
I just think that everybody's just hoping that they find something just to help them get a little bit closer to finding them babies, or hopefully find them today.
LeGrand Council is just one of the 200 volunteers who dedicated around 4 hours looking for any clues that could lead to the West boys' whereabouts. Some volunteers shared with 23 ABC that they walked nearly 5 miles canvassing the area. Amongst the group were the boys' biological mother, who did not wish to go on camera, but a close family friend says they aren't giving up.
It's horrible for a mother to have to do that. She's in so much pain. You guys would never understand it unless you have children yourself. You know the pain that she is enduring. We are going to keep searching. We're going to keep coming out here. We're going to go through every area there is out here to try to find our nephews.
Throughout the search, you could occasionally hear groups shouting and waving to law enforcement if they found something of interest. And if it turned out to be an item of possible significance, it was then taken in for analyzation. But there was one item they found that stood out.
Basically, what we found today was a piece of or a gift bag with the name of one of the children on it. But being in such close proximity to the house, that's not super unusual, but it's something we definitely want to take a look at.
Although the boys have yet to be located and no arrests have been made or suspects named, this community says they will ensure the boys won't be overlooked.
We want to galvanize a community advisory board that would help and assist the police in keeping these boys' names active in the community and alive in the county so that they are not forgotten, and that we will continue to search and do whatever we have to do as a community.
I want to see the good cops out here. I wanted to speak out against their comrades that do the wrongdoing.
Protesters took to the streets for a second day in a row to show their support for the life of George Floyd, who passed away on Monday after his encounter with a Minneapolis police officer. Derek Chauvin now has been arrested and charged with third-degree murder. Many share it's their driving force to be here.
What if it was your dad, your brother, your son? You'd be out here?
A new face was seen with a handful of protesters. Pastor Angelo Frazier of River Lakes Community Church. He shares that he came here to speak and pray with protesters and to find a common ground of hope.
Violence smothers the neck of justice. And so everybody wants justice. We don't have a perfect system, but it's the system we have. And so Monday, we're going to ask people to come out and pray for the city, pray for the country, pray for the leaders, pray for the Floyd family out here Monday at 5 o'clock.
Pastor Frazier throughout the protest could be seen directing traffic around protesters, ensuring their safety, all while trying to find ways to connect. At one point, protesters laid in the middle of the street to stop traffic, and Pastor Frazier intervened.
And so I went over to her, she was waving her hands with all the people laying in the street. And when I walked over to her, she said, I have to go to work. Medical personnel, she's a nurse. So I saw her uniform and everything. So I turned to the people on the ground and said, you've got to get out of the way now. And they looked up at me and moved, scooted out of the way. And I escorted about 3 cars through and let them through.
As night fell, there were several intense moments with protesters and officers, as officers, like on Friday, created a barrier around their department after announcing that the protest was now unlawful. When 23 ABC asked what made it unlawful, an officer stated because someone threw a water bottle and other objects at officers.
Y'all not doing that but causing ruckus. Move peacefully about the way and roll with the rest of the congregation.
I've never done anything that's even reached this scale of attention, so it's completely surreal and it's really cool.
It's officially 44 days until the Storm Area 51 They Can't Stop Us All event takes place in Nevada on September 20th, which has now been warped into a festival that even got the attention of the FBI.
So the FBI agents that showed up, they showed up at 10 a.m. They contacted my mom, and so she texted me. She's like, "FBI's here. Answer your phone." So, because I was kind of scared at this point, but they were super cool. They really just wanted to make sure I wasn't like some kind of actual terrorist that's making pipe bombs in the living room.
Since the creation of the Facebook event back in June, memes, hashtags, and other Facebook groups have been created related to the event, causing it to go viral all across the country. The original post has racked in over 8.5 million views.
And it's insane. I just created a joke while I was playing video games, man, and it's taken off to this like absolutely wild monster. So I've been trying to make this into something that's positive, enjoyable, and safe and profitable for the people of rural Nevada too.
Robert says it's been a stressful week since Monday, when the event with almost 2 million RSVPs was deleted by Facebook.
And it's just completely deleted. There was no reason why. Tried to put in a bunch of different support tickets like, hey, what's going on here? What's the event? And I was kind of scared because now I'm trying to advocate all these people to go towards the safer option, but now I've lost the platform to do that.
Robert says he tried to create a new event, but those 2 events were deleted as well, causing a frenzy among possible attendees.
For the very first one, I got an alert that said it violated community standards. For the other 2, there was no reason. They just got completely blacklisted.
23 ABC reached out to Facebook officials about the deletion of the event, and they released this statement saying this was a mistake and the event page is now available again. And he wants to keep the admission to the festivals free of charge.
I mean, profit would be nice, but I don't want to make it seem like I'm this profit-driven guy. Like, I don't care about the money aspect.